everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait. So today I am going to be doing a review of Life After Lockup Season 2, Episode 40, Skeletons in the Closet. So guys, welcome to my channel, Pay or Wait. I am going to be doing a recap of the Season 2 premiere of Life After Lockup, which comes on WeTV Fridays at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central. So to let you guys know, this is a sponsored collaboration with WeTV. I'm a brand ambassador for Life After Lockup, and they wanted me to talk to you guys about one of my favorite guilty pleasures, which is Life After Lockup. That was a spinoff of the show Love After Lockup, where they focus on couples who are basically in a relationship with someone that is behind bars. And when I first watched Love After Lockup, I was just like, oh my God, like this gave me all of my life, and it probably shouldn't have, but I absolutely enjoyed the show. The situations are just so crazy, and I really didn't know that there are people, like you hear of like the pen pals or women trying to like marry men, but I didn't know that this was like happening like that to where they can do a TV show on it. So I was like hooked after watching like Season 2 of Love After Lockup, and then they did a spinoff called Life After Lockup. So I am going to be recapping the Season 2 premiere. And so essentially they focus on couples who have already appeared on Love After Lockup. And so this really goes into what happens when they get out of jail. Do you get married? Do you keep dating? Is life different now that you're both like, you know, you're with each other? Somebody can't work because they're a felon. What does that look like? So going into the season premiere of Life After Lockup, yeah, it was too much. It was way too much. I'm kind of going to go in the order of like kind of what's happening. I'm going to save the juiciest stuff for last. So if you guys can just bear with me, I'm going to just start with the people who really didn't get that much shine. We only focus on 5 couples for this episode. But first I got to talk about Andrea and Lamar. So Andrea is basically, I know this sounds so horrible, but I didn't know it was like Black Mormons like that. So she lives in Utah. And so her boo thing, Lamar, they met in jail. They had been dating for like 7 years, and he was behind bars. And so essentially, you know, she was going with her little friends because she's in Utah and he's in LA. They're married. I don't know how you're married and you live in 2 totally different states. I don't know what that looks like. So she was going to a sip and see with her friends. So her little girlfriend, she had a little baby. The baby was so cute. They was doing the sip and see where they were doing arts and crafts. I was like, I don't know what type of sip and see you guys were doing, but I just like, where's the liquor? She was like all cute with her little freakum outfit on. I was like, okay, girl, I see you, but you just doing all this to go talk with your friends. I just didn't understand. But they're sitting there having a conversation. And so they're kind of talking about the relationship. And so, you know, she was basically trying to hint to them the fact that Lamar is Priscilla, who's her youngest daughter's father. So this is crazy because, you know, Priscilla is 5. And they've been dating for 7 years. Like, he's been behind bars for 7 years. So everybody's just like, hold up. Like, I don't think this math is adding up. What do you mean? Like, how did this happen? And they were like, oh, conjugal visits. And I was like, I don't know about y'all, but last time I checked, I thought you had to be married to do that. And they were married, you know, 5 years ago. So like something ain't right. And so the friend one of her friends looking like, girl, this is not adding up. What are you talking about? So she whispers to her friend that basically she paid the prison guard to let them go have sex in a closet. So she conceived her child in the prison closet. And I said, ma'am, like you really had to do all of that? Like, why are we doing all of this? Like, you couldn't wait till he got out of jail to like get it on, or at least get married so you can have the conjugal visits, but we paying guards to like have sex? And then she was like, you know, because I was like, why are you saying this now? And then she was like, you know, he off probation now, so he can't get in trouble. And I was like, are you sure about that? Like, I need somebody to let me know what the rules are, because I don't know if that's necessarily true. But I was just like, did y'all lay something down? Was it sanitary? Was it at least in the closet that had all the like cleaning products? So maybe like that room was clean. I just don't know. It just did something to my spirit when I heard that. But she's kind of concerned because, you know, they live in 2 different states, and I just really don't understand why she thinks that this is a healthy relationship. It was one thing to be in a long distance relationship because he was in prison, but now that he's out and you guys are married, like, why do you feel that this is okay? I feel like y'all just need to either move to the same city or you just need to go ahead and get divorced, because I don't think that that's going to work out, boo thing. But one of the couples that I am rooting for, who I did they've come a long way, and that's Marcelino and Brittany. So Brittany was in prison, okay? And then she met her little boo thing, Marcelino. And so essentially they got together. They had like a little rough start because he was very controlling. And I was just like, sir, you need to just ease up just a little bit. But I was really confused because so she's pregnant. So I was like, congrats, you guys. Okay, they're pregnant. They already had a little girl. You know, she has her son from the previous relationship. Her little son is so cute, especially when they were like telling him how he was going to have a little sister. He was like, oh my gosh, like 2 of them? I got to take care of 2 of them? I was like, I feel you. It's hard enough with just one. But I was the baby, so everybody had to take care of me. But so the lady is asking her, they're having an ultrasound, and she's like, you know, which baby is this? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's baby number 3. And then she was like, you know, it's baby number 5. She's like, you know, I had a boy, then I had a girl, and I had a boy, and I had a girl. And I said, hold up, I only see a boy and a girl. Where did the other 2 kids come from? And I was like, dang, 5 kids? Girl, you got 5 kids? So she had 2 kids before, but she got caught up in some trouble, and then they took her kids away from her. She had to give the kids up for adoption, which was really sad. But I was like, dang, girl, I didn't know that you had 5 kids. I was like, Jesus, like, y'all got enough money to take care of all these kids? I mean, I know the 2 not with you, but still, like, this 3 that you have, because she has full custody of her son now as well. But I do love the relationship that it seems that Marcelino and her son have. They're so cute together. But I was just like, girl, 5 kids, like, ooh, I'm tired. Like, how can you just go through this again? But you know, that's pretty much all that happened with them. They seem to be really happy with each other. They seem to be in a really good place, you know, with the new kid and the baby that they already have. So, like, I'm rooting for them. But I saw the scenes for, like, the season, and she was, like, hitting them. I was like, girl, what happened? Like, I was just happy. I don't understand what could have transpired to get y'all to that point. But I hope that y'all get through it. We shouldn't be putting hands on people, okay? We don't do that. We keep our hands to ourselves, okay? Use your words, not your hands. So now I'm going to get into the nitty gritty, okay? So I got to talk about Angela and Tony. So I wasn't necessarily as familiar with them because I was in and out of when they were featured on the previous season. So basically, Angela and Tony, they boo things. Angela is a little bit older than Tony. Tony just got out of jail. You know, he ride around his little motorcycle and he work at this hotel. So the tea is, Angela was sitting there mad, and I said, sis, why you mad? Like, what he do to you? So Angela said that she saw that he was sitting up here. She was like, he always up on that stupid phone. And I was like, okay, why he in his phone, sis? And so then she said she went to go try to check his phone while he was asleep, but she said it had a passcode. And I said, we don't do passcodes up in this house. So she said, but you know what? I had something for him. I took my SIM card and I took his SIM card and put it in my phone, and all these texts popped up. I said, why did I never think of that, to take somebody's SIM card? I mean, I've never had these situations where I had to do that, but I was like, Angela, you smart girl. I see you. So she took the SIM card, put it in her phone, found all these text messages, how at the hotel he be beating these prostitutes, and basically he be giving them free rooms, and they basically sleep with him to get the free room. I just like, Tony, the whole time when this whole thing was transpiring, the Solange song came out, I was in my mind, I was like, if it wasn't for Tony. I don't own the rights to this song in case y'all try to come for me, but that just kept playing in my head. But Angela said, I'm done with him. As soon as he come home, I'm gonna play it cool. I'm gonna confront him about it. She done took all the stuff that he bought her. He ain't got no money, so it wasn't that much. And then she didn't burn it outside, having a little bonfire. I was like, girl, don't be burning nothing that you like could really still use. But okay. So then he come home, and then I was like, she was waiting for Tony at the door. Okay. He come in, he was like, hey, babe. She was like, hey. He was like, no kiss. And she was like, we got to talk. She was like, I'm done. We not engaged no more. You got to get your stuff. You got to get up out of here. I am sick of you. And he was like, babe, no. And I was like, sir, yes, get out of her house. So they going back and forth, and she called him out. And then he was like, I didn't do nothing with her. But I'm like, but why you got all these messages? I don't understand, Tony. Like, something is not adding up, okay? So they get into it, and then she like kind of hit him. He's like, don't touch me. And I was like, yeah, Angela, like, don't touch him, because we're keeping our hands to ourselves in 2020, okay? So they going back and forth. He was like, I ain't got nowhere to go. And she was like, go with the girls you sitting up here cheating on me with. And I was like, right. And then she takes it a step further. She calls the girl. She said, hey, is this Miss Brandy? She was like, yeah. She was like, this Tony girl, you know, he's sitting up here cheating on me. So Tony needs to find a place to stay. So can he come stay with you? She was like, yeah, he can come stay with me. And then she was like, see, I found you a place to stay. You ain't even got to worry about it. So get your stuff, get the hell up out my house. And I was like, ooh, Angela, she was giving me life. I said, you better take a stand. You better protect yourself from Tony. So then he in a confessional talk about, no, for real, I really can't leave because her house is listed in my place for parole. So I have to stay here. I said, well, Tony, you should have thought about that before you was sitting up here giving free rooms to Miss Brandy and her friends. That don't make no sense. And so basically, she started kicking all his stuff out. He took the trash bag. She's like, get out of my house. If you don't come get your stuff by nighttime, I'm burning it in a pit over there. And he was like, don't touch my stuff. She said, well, get it before dark. And I was just like, Angela, I like you, girl. I like you. You better stand up for yourself. But I don't know, because in the previews, it looked like they was having dinner, like everything was cool. And I was like, no, Angela, I was rooting for you. And you just gonna let him get back in the house like that? After he's sitting up here giving prostitutes free hotel rooms, smashing them in the hotel room. I was just like, Angela, I had high hopes from you. But these previews, I was just like, no. But when the dude was trying to tell you can leave him, I can kick him out. I know karate. I said, sir, you don't know that another. I don't even know if you know how to spell karate. Sitting up here talking about, I know karate, like you gonna really do something to protect her. Boy, bye. But we gotta talk about, I'm gonna say my favorite couple for last, because they the ones who really got me hooked on this show. I'm gonna say them for last. I think I know probably who it is if y'all watch it. So then we get Lacey, Shane, and John. So Lacey and I believe Shane, they got married, okay? But Shane just got out of jail. He like 22, Lacey 30. But she was messing with somebody else. You know, she was in love with him, John. But then she was like, you know what? I love Shane. And so they got married. They all happy and stuff. I don't see how, because Shane don't look like he all there. So they basically said they trying to have a baby. So Lacey already got a kid. But, you know, Shane wants to have kids and they married. So she was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get my tubes untied. So they had the gynecologist talking to her. And I was like, okay, well, I understand. You know, he doesn't have his own kids. And I get why you would do that. I was like, okay, good wife, good wife. So she asked him, she was like, so, you know, she was like, how many times are you guys having intercourse? And then he was like, you know, about 5 to 10 times a day. I said, 5 to 10 times a day? I said, girl, you still got something to have sex with? 5 to 10 times a day? You don't hurt? You're not in pain? You can still walk? How is that possible? Sir, 5, 10 times a day for you? You just shooting loads off like that? I didn't understand. It hurt my soul. Even the doctor had to look like, the hell? So then she was like, well, what do you do for a living? If y'all getting it in 5 to 10 times a day, obviously you not working. He was like, I work in the bedroom. I said, baby, working in the bedroom don't pay the bills. So he ain't got no job. I said, sir, how y'all trying to have more kids and you ain't got no job? Like, it takes money to have a kid. I don't understand how that works. Lacey, I don't even understand why you're okay with this. Because it seemed like Lacey said she didn't want no more kids. And so then he asking the lady, like, what's an embryo? I said, sir, you try to have a kid, you couldn't at least go Google, go watch a YouTube video. They got videos for everything. They got pamphlets. You go to the library, get a book. Like, how you trying to do all of this so you don't know what these things are? I just don't understand how that was happening. And he just comes off like a child. I was like, girl, you ain't got to have another kid. You didn't got a kid here. You didn't marry the kid. I don't know what you were thinking. But then they're moving. Okay, so he's like, we get a new house. We start a new life. And I'm like, how y'all getting a new house and you ain't got no job, son? Like, what you mean? So then they got movers. And he's sitting up there carrying stuff to the truck. I said, sir, it don't look like you didn't pack nan box. And even she was like, so are you going to pack something? Like, how we got movers right now and you not packing nothing? He was like, that's what we got a mover for. I said, I mean, I get what you're saying because you paid for it, but you have to like box stuff up unless you paid them to come and box the stuff up. It didn't look like they paid anything. The house looked raggedy, stuff just laying out everywhere. It don't even look like they broke the beds down. Then Shane sitting up here drinking. I said, sir, how you drinking and you moving? How does that work? Like, you can't get drunk and you're supposed to be moving. And then what really made me mad for the mover, because like there's only one dude that was moving. So I don't know how he's supposed to move this whole house, one person. And so he's sitting up here talking to him like, yeah, man, you know, I'm real excited. I'm like, you know what? I would be really excited if you would stop talking to me and come help do something. But if you're not going to help me, then I need you to stop talking to me so I can get this done. Because, like, you're dead weight right now. Then Lacey's sitting up here mad because she just like, he was like, well, you can help. She was like, how I need to help? I already help. I paid for everything in this house. And I was like, girl, you can't act like that because you know he didn't have no money. He didn't have no job. So I don't even understand what you got married for in the first place. And why y'all going, instead of going to the gynecologist, y'all should have been going to get some food stamps, get some, like y'all should have been at a job fair standing in line. I just don't understand where are our priorities. And so she seems bothered, like she really don't want to be with him. It's clear she doesn't respect him. Clear he don't respect her. He's in up here drinking and stuff. And so then she called her ex-boo thing. I said, ma'am, your husband right out there. Y'all supposed to be moving to y'all new house to start y'all new life. And she's sitting up here checking on him. I'm worried about him. I think he might be using, or he gonna end up dead. He said I was crying like a little bee. I still love you. I want to be with you, girl. You my rib, girl. He didn't say that. I just added that in there. But I was just like, ma'am, if you just married Shane and you said you chose him because you wanted to be with him, why are you texting your ex? That is not your concern anymore. Like, I hope nothing bad happens to him. But girl, get it together. But I think he found out next episode that she was trying to get a hold of her ex. So I want to see how that's going to go down because yeah, girl, you in the wrong, girl. Like you in the wrong. I didn't understand that. But we got to talk about my favorite couple, Megan, Michael, and Sarah. So they are the reason that I was hooked on Love After Lockup, okay? So Michael was in jail, okay? And he was married to this girl, Sarah. And they had a cute little girl. They got a cute little daughter, right? But while he was in jail, he started talking to this girl, Megan, who was like a virgin. She was going to give her virginity to him. And so, you know, they didn't know about each other. I said, sir, you married, you got a wife and a kid, and then you talking to this other girl. He's about how he gonna leave his wife and go be with the other girl. So basically, then after he gets out of jail and then tells her that he gonna be with this other girl, the wife pregnant. So she got 2 kids. She got 2 beautiful little girls, beautiful babies. So, you know, he had got mad at Megan at the end of the other season because she started talking to the homeboy, his friend, who actually hooked them up because he asked her to be his pen pal. That's how they end up talking to each other, falling in love, right? And then she gave it up to him. She gave the virginity. She gave her little V thing up to him. So he just popped up out of nowhere because he was in Michigan and she lived in Texas. He just popped up at her front door like, hey, I just want to talk to you. I'd have been like, sir, first of all, don't be popping up at my house. How you just gonna fly up here and you just gonna roll up on me and we ain't cool like that? Like, how does that work? So he come talk to her, talk about, I want to like make things work. You know, I'm getting divorced. You know, I just want to make it work with you. I love you, girl. He didn't say all that, but I'm just saying that's what happened. So long story short, she couldn't even invite him in the house because her daddy was there. And you know the daddy wasn't having that. He was about to tell him off probably. So she was like, you want to go hang out with my friend B? That's like one of her best friends. And so they go meet him. But I was like, first of all, you trying to get somebody back. You ain't going to do your hair. You ain't going to look better. I was just like, what you doing? Like, can you put some effort into trying to win me back? I just didn't understand. So they go meet up with her friend, and then I could already tell the friend looking at him like, why his raggedy behind here? He didn't say that, but that's how he was looking at him. And so basically he was like, hey, I don't trust you. Like, I was here listening to all the stuff that you did to her. He's like, are you still with your wife? He's like, no, we getting divorced. And he was like, I mean, but is that the truth? Because you've been known to lie. And he got a pause and looked at him. I was like, dang, it looked like he wanted to hit you right then and there. So he was just basically, he was like, hey, I'm going to rock with you because, you know, Megan wants to rock with you. But she was like, yeah, you know, we're going to make it work this time. I was like, girl, you sound stupid. He had a whole nother kid. He's not even with his kids. And what really like tore me up about this whole episode with them was when the ex-wife or his wife, because they still married, when the baby wanted to talk to her dad and she called, he didn't answer. And she's like, what do you want me to act like I'm your dad? And so they were having a conversation. It was just so sad. Like, why do you have to act like her father just to, you know, make your daughter feel better? I was like, first of all, I was like, this is weird as hell. I don't know why you guys are doing this. But then it just broke my heart because I was like, wow, like that's so sad. Like, he not even taking care of his kids. I can't be with no man that don't take care of his kids or don't want to be around his kids. And so that's why I just always feel like, Megan, I don't know what you be thinking, girl. You better than this. You're better than him. He don't take care of his kids. He treated his wife like crap, who held him down while he was in jail. Why do you want to be with him so bad? He ain't got no job. And then he was on the phone in a car talking to some other chick. The producer's like, who was that? And he was like, was that Megan? He was like, nah. I said, sir, so you just have no intention on being faithful. So I'm very interested to see how they whole little thing pans out. Because it looked like him and the baby mama, him and the wife got into it as well. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I was just like, so far my favorites is like the whole Megan, Michael, and Sarah, because I just love some mess. I'm just messy like that. And then Angela and Tony, I was like, Angela, you better, I like her. She stood up for herself, but I guess not for long because it looked like they got back together. And then I want to see Marcelino and Brittany because they make me happy. I feel like they like a really great couple, but something had to happen because she was hitting them. I was like, girl, I can't. But yeah, so those are pretty much my thoughts. I thought it was a good premiere. I want to see how the other couples, like what they're going through or whatnot. But yeah, I was like, okay, I see you guys. Life After Lockup season 2. But yeah, those are my quick thoughts on the premiere. Remember that Life After Lockup comes on WeTV and it comes on Fridays at 8 p.m. Central. So guys, those are pretty much my thoughts on season 2, Life After Lockup, episode 40, Skeletons in the Closet. So those are my thoughts on the episode. As always, my name is Sharona from Pair Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.